Uganda has a diverse workforce ranging from smallholder farmers to factory workers to service providers, etc. The country has a working age population 14 to 64 years of 23.5 million people out of the country's estimated 42.9 million people. 11.3 million constitute the labor force, of whom 10 million are in employment, while 1.3 million are unemployed. The majority of those employed, equivalent to about 88%, work in the informal sector. However, workers often complain about low pay, lack of personal protective equipment, long working hours, lack of leave, delayed compensation for occupational injuries, lack of contracts, and inadequate social security, among others. It is against this background that the government of Uganda, through the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, formulated a Decent Work Country program to make a positive difference in the lives of workers. The first Decent Work Country program was developed in 2006 and was implemented until 2012. A second program, in which lessons learned from the first one, was implemented between 2013 to 2017. A third Decent Work Country program for the period of 2021 to 2025 builds on achievements and lessons learned from the implementation of the country's first and second Decent Work programs.
The Decent Work Agenda is a global concept that emphasizes the need for work. 1, to be productive. 2, to provide fair income. 3, to offer social protection. And 4, work that respects or where the rights of the workers are respected. That is the broad definition of the Decent Work Agenda.
In our case, as an employers organization, we want to promote employers who understand the law. So we are constantly doing labor law sensitization. We are engaging employers through virtual means, open sensitizations, but we are also doing what we call in-house sensitization, where we actually move to a particular company and train the managers, help them to appreciate how the law is and how the law is implemented.
We have also, together with the affiliates, tried our best to ensure that employers sign the collective bargaining agreement. The collective bargaining agreement is whereby employers and workers agree that this is the way how we shall run. It looks at many aspects about working hours, it looks at medical, retirement packages and whatever. All these are included into the collective bargaining agreement.
We are not only keen to promote rights, but we are also keen to promote obligations. What are the obligations of the employer? What are the obligations of the employee?
They came here and oriented us, and we've started implementing and practicing some of the practices so that we can have decent work of the employees. First of all, our workers they used to work for 16 hours a day, but now they are working 8 hours a day, and that's 48 hours a week, and they have 1 day off in those 7 days.
We ensure that our workers are paid on time. There is paying salary, but you have to pay it on time. Why? Because our workers have families, they have children, they have people that they take care of. So the first thing is that we ensure is that salary is paid on time. We also ensure that our workers are well paid, because a good salary will motivate our staff and also work with less stress when they're at work.
We are making sure we have a safe and secure working place. Hereby, I mean, we make sure our staff have medical, we make sure our staff do not work long working hours. We make sure our staff have taken their leave, annual leave, maternity leave, paternity leave, sick leave, So our staff are really catered for.
We are entitled to health allowance. Like when you fall sick, you're free to go to the hospital on the company's bill. Then also we have trainings for workers. They do train us about customer care experience, customer care services, and so many others. So it is really an experience that you find at Mika Eco Resort Hotel.
Working at this place, I've bought my 2 lands. Though I haven't constructed, but I have 2 lands now. I have a family, I have 2 kids, and I feed them from here. The man I get from here is the one that feeds them. And I'm hoping for the better because I've only worked here 2 years.
I'm in the process of at least buying a car, my own car. So I see the future is bright.
Since I started working here, I have constructed a house at home for my parents. I'm paying school fees for my sisters, and I'm helping my cousins to buy for them clothes because they are giving me good salary.
As a company, we have greatly benefited from decency in work. If a worker is paid on time, they get motivation to work. And when they get motivation to work, of course, there is high levels of productivity. High levels of productivity creates high levels of return on investment, which is something that is good for the company.
Social protection and decent work enables people to make better decisions. It reduces their stress. And by making better decisions, not only do the people benefit, but it's also win-win for companies and for communities. So that at all levels, at a personal level, at the community level, and at the national level, we all strive thanks to the benefits provided by social protection and decent work.
The ongoing Decent Work program has been boosted with a €16 million grant from the Kingdom of Belgium. The support will enable the government through the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development to invest in social protection systems and decent work initiatives in Albertine, Orenzori, and capacity building at the national level to ensure sustainable and inclusive social-economic development.
If we all embrace the decent work agenda, I think both sides stand to benefit because a happy worker is a productive worker. A happy worker will give you many more returns. A happy worker will go beyond even the limits that will have been set and give you much more than you expect. And that is all possible if we all embrace the idea of the decent work country program and agenda for this country.